When it is your birthday, the church is not going to gather and pray for you. But when it is another person's birthday, their favorite, the whole church is going to gather and pray for them. Hi everyone, this is Marianne. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about God, hair, social topics, and show my overall lifestyle where I glow with purpose. Let's start with a quick word of prayer. Dear Jesus, bless what I'm about to share with the world today and anyone who hears it. In Jesus' name, amen. So I grew up in a typical Ghanaian Adventist, Seventh-day Adventist church, if you don't know what that is. It is very essential to understand that people like to play favoritism everywhere you go. The only issue is that in the Ghanaian church, in America, you don't necessarily want to be at the other end of the stick. You want to be favored because you're coming to the church to seek a sense of connection. You're coming to church to mingle and interact with others. So when you are coming to church to mingle and interact with others, yet the church is actively favoring your friend or actively favoring others, that does not feel good. You're already facing some isolation and some loneliness from the average American culture because you are Ghanaian and you don't necessarily fit in that well. When you come to the church, do you expect to be facing that? The Ghanaian church, your Ghanaian community? No. Now, I don't know if people are doing this consciously or subconsciously, but it's still there and it needs to be talked about, especially if anyone else is going through this experience. It's going to be okay. The problem is people. You can address it if you're actively going through this with the church or with people. Now, for me, sometimes I try to understand that in the church, only a few people are going to be saved. So you already know that the people that are there are just playing, are just being utilized by the devil. So sometimes you have to be like, is it worth it? Should I even waste my energy on things? And for me, at my church, it was not worth it. It's not worth me wasting my energy on it. So when it is my birthday, it's just a typical birthday. People that I thought that I'm close with, I would expect that they will wish me a happy birthday or they will post me, because at that time, getting birthday wishes or being posted feels good. We all desire attention. And how much attention can you get on your birthday? Like the most attention you can ever get. But you don't get that. People that you thought you were close with don't necessarily wish you a happy birthday. They don't necessarily post you, but you wish them, but they don't return the same favor. In addition to that, when it's your friend or the other person's birthday, the whole church gets together and pray for her. The whole church worships everything about them. People are posting them nonstop. There's a sense of competition. You become jealous. You become envious. You don't like yourself. You wonder, what is wrong with me? What am I not doing right? There's nothing wrong with you. People might simply prefer them and not like you. And when you find that out, you move wisely. You maneuver wisely. Yeah, so that was the case with me, unfortunately. I really wanted to be like, I was a people pleaser. I would conform my wishes and my desires so I can be liked. So every time I was not liked, I was not selected, I was not chosen, that hurt me a lot. So yeah, people that you think that you are close with, it will get to their weddings or it will get to an event and they will invite your friends or your friends will be a part of it, but you would not. Yeah. When you're just kind of there like, oh, okay, well, I didn't know you were closer to this person than I am with you, but you find out that they are, and that's okay. You maneuver differently. You think and you learn about people and you make better choices for yourself. All of this put together made me at some point not even like to socialize. I used to be an outgoing person, a very friendly person, but you will constantly hear, Marianne is too much, Marianne talks too much, Marianne do too much. Now I don't. Now I don't talk so much. Now I don't do too much. Who I am or who I was at my core has drastically changed. Of course, because I've matured, but also because I came to realize that people didn't like me. I genuinely have a good heart and I genuinely care and like people. And when that same treatment was not shown toward me, it hurt and it hurt me. So I, at some point, was not even going to church that much because what's the point? What's the point of it? I can just watch it from home. I did my own personal Bible studies. I fellowshipped on my own. What's the point in going to this community where there's favoritism and where people don't even care, or people are going to be like, you're just too much or you're doing too much? I didn't like that. Yeah. I didn't like that experience at all. It was not pleasant. But altogether, there's so much favoritism in the church. There's this saying that we say in Cree, and I'm going to bring it in English. Well, honestly, the saying is from the Bible. No prophet has value in their own town. So here's the case where you sing. You might not be the greatest singer, but you sing. But the church is willing to smile and clap for these other people from these other famous church. Well, because they're famous and they're better. They might be singing at the same level as you, but they're famous and they're better. You can write a song or you can conduct a song, but it's not valuable. It's not worth it. But this other person from the famous musical church, when they do it, applause. When they do it, they love you. It's funny because I have a friend who plays the piano, and for this friend, people would actively overlook him for this other person or these other people from the musical church. So these other people are not originally from our church. They're from a different church. And that different church, they have been seen in the Ghanaian Adventist community to be very musical. Everyone loves them. They are very talented. And yes, they are. They are very talented. But within your church, you too are talented. But they don't see value in you. Instead, when they need someone to sing, they're going to bypass my friend and go over to the other people. And the funny thing is that these other people are not always around. There are times when they are going to go back to their home church. And when they go back to their home church, they now come to you to come and sing, you to come and play. They don't care about you. People will start music groups or singing groups. People need people to actively lead church service or lead music or something, but they will bypass you and go get those people. And when those people are gone, maybe they will come and consider you. It's funny because I am also a part of a singing group, and that singing group actively is being pursued by other people from various churches for us to come and sing and perform. Various countries. But the issue is that they probably also have other singers at their church, yet they're busy pursuing our singing group to come and sing. All the favoritism, the church is willing to pay for them to go on music conventions or go to camp meeting. You're a student. You are struggling. You barely have money. You're a part of these music groups. Is the church actively paying for you to go to camp meeting? The other argument is also that you don't ask. But why would you go and ask? The church has already made it clear that you are not favored and you are not liked. When a family member of someone else, their favorite, pass away, they will call the person up and pray for them. When your family member pass away, they're not going to show up. They're not even going to show up to your house. You know why? Because they don't like you. They're not even going to contribute any donation to you or for you or to the funeral because they don't like you. People might not like you, and it's okay. You need to accept it. But the favoritism in the church is very prevalent. And when you are not that type of person, when in general you really care about people and you like to interact with people, it can be very painful when the church is actively demonstrating that. I want anyone who's actively going through this, your friends being selected, other people being selected, other people being treated differently or better than you. We all have a desire and a need to be accepted. But understand that in the church, there are more people who are going to go to hell than there are people who are going to go to heaven. Let that sink in. That should let you know that many people are just worldly people professing to be Christians. So they're going to behave in a worldly way. There shouldn't be favoritism in the church, but there is, because these people think, behave, and act like worldly people. So that's how they're going to treat you. I have always genuinely cared and liked interacting with people. When people will always be like, well, Marian is too much. Marian talks too much. I really was not liked that much. Till this day, I don't know why I was not liked that much. All I wanted was a genuine friend or genuine people who cared about me who I could have a relationship with. But instead, I was actively surrounded by people who, and this is a thing amongst females, people who are in secret competition with you, people who want to be better than you. And it is what it is. I've also been in that state too, where I wanted to be better than other people. You learn and you get better and you grow towards God and you do things differently. I'm saying all of this to say that if you are actively going through a church, or you are actively at a church where favoritism is there, if you can, change churches. If you're not able to perform, if you're not able to sing, and if you're not able to minister or be appreciated for it, switch to a different church, because a different church might like you better and might give you the opportunity. However, if you don't see the big deal and if you're still able to perform and actively participate in the church, then continue to participate in the church. You're doing it all for the glory of God. So continue to help with God's ministry. And for the people that actively shows favoritism to other people, if someone makes it clear that they prefer someone else, learn to be on your own. Learn to not want to be around those people. There was a time where one church member wanted a friend of mine to do a presentation, and my friend was like, no. And then she turns around to me and is like, well, would you do it? And I did it. I was a people pleaser, attention seeker, so I did it. But right then and there, I should have said no, because I was sitting there and you passed by me to go to her. And if whatever thing I was doing was for the benefit of God, it wasn't really a God-oriented presentation. But if it was for the glory of God, then I would do it because it helps God. But if it has nothing, favoritism is real and it hurts, because in the church, you will actively see them dying on the ground and uplifting this person simply because they have fame, they have status, and they are not from that church. And then there's you. And yeah, you're not really favored or liked. I've started my content creating, and genuinely speaking, the people that are going to support my channel, very few are going to be people that I know or people from my home. A lot of people are not going to be from my home. A lot of people are going to appreciate what I'm sharing, but they're not going to be from my home. Because the person from my home, or to the person who knows me, is going to be like, Marian is doing that. Yeah, that's the mentality, and people don't unlearn it. If you're going through favoritism in the church, learn that there are other people who like you, there are other places who accept you, there are other people who are dying to have or be in your company. So find people who like you and appreciate you. It might not be a lot, but you will find someone or some people and stick with them.